Hi everyone, Heather here. Today I want to briefly talk about something called the Chinese medicine wheel, okay? And in Chinese medicine, they have sort of like a clock. It's almost like a clock, and it goes by every 2 hours. So what it is every 2 hours, the strongest energy levels are going to flow through the particular meridians, okay? And there are 12 meridians. We've got the lungs, the large intestine, the small intestine, the stomach, the spleen, the heart area, and that includes the vessels and the pericardium, the surrounding of the heart, the bladder, the kidneys, the duodenum, the gallbladder, and the liver, and the lungs. Did I say that? Okay. So 12 different meridians. And every 2 hours, so each one of those is taking its turn for being at its peak. In other words, it is at the highest level of energy. And since we have a 24-hour clock, what happens is the opposite time, at that time, the opposite meridian is at its lowest peak of energy. And so that's a time for healing for that particular meridian, right? So just to briefly go through them, and this is simply a brief overview. From 1 a.m. till 3 a.m., the highest energy is from the liver. And this talks about detoxing from the liver, because the liver is an organ that kind of cleans out all the junk, right? So from 1 to 3 a.m., the liver is doing its job. It's detoxing. And from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. is when the small intestine is at its peak, okay? So from 1 a.m. till 3 a.m., the small intestine is the opposite, so that's when it's in a resting phase. 3 a.m. till 5 a.m., we see the lungs in their highest phase. Okay, so if you're waking up at between 3 and 5 a.m., you may notice that you have a lot of mucus and phlegm coming up. Your lungs are doing their job. They are working, and they're at the highest energy level. 5 a.m. till 7 a.m., we see the colon, and this relates to elimination. So this is often a time when people wake up and use the bathroom. This is a great time when you want to drink extra water, okay, to help that along. 7 a.m. till 9 a.m., we see the stomach in its highest energy peak, okay? 7 a.m. till 9 a.m., the stomach, which is the time when the stomach is really active at digesting, the food digestion, okay? 9 a.m. till 11 a.m., we're going to see high activity with the spleen or the pancreas, and this, of course, relates to our lymph system and as well food digestion. 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., we're going to see cardiac, our heart, at the highest peak. All right, this relates to our blood circulation. And now when we're going down into the afternoon hours, 1 p.m. till 3 p.m., the small intestine is at its highest peak, again with digestion. And 3p to 5p, we see the bladder at its highest peak, okay, related to elimination, of course, but that also relates to our bones, our teeth, and our eyes, believe it or not. And 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., we see the highest energy in our cardiac layers, so our pericardium, the thing that surrounds our heart, basically. And the vessels, the constriction of our blood vessels, our arteries, okay? 9 p.m. till 11 p.m., the duodenum, which relates there to thermal regulation. And 11 p.m. till 1 a.m., the gallbladder, which relates again to digestion, our muscles, and our eyes, believe it or not. So all of those, now they have the opposite meridian is going to be in a rest and digest kind of phase at each of those periods. So like I said, 1 to 3 a.m. we see the liver at its highest peak, and we see the small intestine resting. And it goes on like that. So that is a little overview of the Chinese medicine wheel. And what we're going to do in future videos is talk a little bit more about how that relates to us, how that relates to symptoms we may have, how that can correspond to when we're waking up at certain times during the night on a regular basis. What is going on? Okay, so that's all I have for today. I will see you in the next video. Please click like and subscribe, and don't forget to find me on Facebook if you are on Facebook or on Instagram. Bye now.